Welcome to Game Day Preview on Jackets TV, presented by Ohio Health. I'm Bob McElligott with Blue Jackets assistant coach Dan Hinote, and tonight the Blue Jackets will spend their Easter night taking on the Anaheim Ducks right here at Nationwide Arena. Blue Jackets coming off a 4-game road trip. Dan, you get points we got 3 points on that trip. You got 2 in the last game. That was a win over Calgary on Friday night. How important was it to put everything together in that game and bring those 2 points home?
Oh, it was really important. You know, we struggled at times on the road trip to find our identity a little bit, and our starts were a little bit shaky, and then towards the end of the road trip, you started to see our starts were fine, and then our puck management got a little shaky, and then we'd start to make adjustments in that direction. But it was nice to see production from our offensive group, because that's kind of been a struggle where our goaltending's been phenomenal and our defensive play's been pretty good, but we have struggled offensively. But the last 2 games, finally, we're starting to put it together. And that defense, as you said, you kind of got away from your entire defensive scheme there. How do you put that back together tonight against an Anaheim club that goes to the net hard? But even more importantly than that, they are big and they are strong. Yeah, to me, this is the toughest team to play against in the West. They have the skill, they have the size, and they're gonna try and beat you up, but they're gonna try and bring pucks to the net and get bodies there, and they play the right way. So, and they're dangerous. They got 4 lines with people that can score goals. So they're coming at you in waves, and they got a pretty good defensive core. So, and that being said, as much as we can play in their zone, what we have done well recently is puck possession in the other team's zone. We haven't just given the puck away for no reason. If you're going to take it from us, that's one thing, but we're not just going to give it to you. And I think that's you're starting to see the benefits on our zone play. And the more we can play in their end and make them play defense, then that'll be the benefit to us.
The most productive line that you have on the ice right now when it comes to offense is Artem Anisimov, flanked by Matt Calvert and Cam Atkinson. The last 2 games, those guys have been great. What's the key to that line, and how much of it has to do with the fact that Cam Atkinson looks like he's maybe the healthiest he's been all year long?
I think that's, to me, the biggest factor. I think Artie's been playing great all year. I think Calvert's been phenomenal for us as well. And Cam has been struggling through that high ankle sprain, which if you know anything about hockey or high ankle sprains, that's a really tough injury to come back from, usually in the same year. But he's done a phenomenal job these last 2 games getting back to his shifty old self. And if you remember from last year, any line we put him on was a dangerous line, because he could create simply by himself. So that's what you're seeing. You're seeing now, instead of 2.5 forwards, now you're seeing 3 good, strong, fast forwards playing hockey, and right now they're playing with some confidence. It's a fun line to watch.
So he's taking your title. I thought shifty old self was usually the way people refer to you.
They do, but they're talking about him on the ice,
okay,
and they're talking about me away from the ice. And as long as you're shifty, you're successful.
But you're consistent.
And
that's
all
what
the
matters.
time the same.
Injury-wise, Jared Bull not going to play in this game tonight, unfortunately. He got hurt in the Calgary game. That is, I would think, a big loss, because he has been Mr. Consistent all year long. First of all, how does him being out affect the team as a whole, and how much does it affect potentially Derek McKenzie and his play on that energy line, because those 2 have meshed so well?
Yeah, they've been a phenomenal line for us, I think, all year. Consistently from game 1 till now, our 4th line's been good. They provided energy, momentum. They scored some big goals for us, fighting for the teammates. I think, pretty much everything you want from a 4th line they've given us. Now, without Bowler, changes things, because not only, obviously, he's one of the tougher guys in the NHL and NFL, okay,
yes,
both. He's that tough.
I guarantee you.
But his presence is a big thing, but on the line, the way they've cycled the puck, protected the puck, gotten big hits for us, especially in this barn, it's going to be a big hole. And you can't replace him. We just don't have it in our system. We don't have somebody like him. So now it's going to have to be, if you're going to maintain that energy, it's going to have to be through hitting. We're still going to have guys that fight. You saw Prouder fight the other night. It was phenomenal. Gillies will fight from time to time. Mac. We have guys that can do that, but you just don't have a Jared Bull sitting in the locker room waiting to play, unfortunately. But guys will make up for it with energy and hard work and hitting, and hopefully we can get it from that.
And I did want to ask you one more thing. You brought up Dalton Proud. He did great the other night in his fight against Tim Jackman. There's the possibility you could dress 7 defensemen tonight. Even though he's a rookie, do you lean on him for that toughness if you need it tonight?
Yeah, I think worst case scenario, I think we're a little bit team tough. And that's, you have Dalton, you have a couple guys that'll fight. Wiz is a tough guy. If we need him to. You saw Jack fight, in the past as well. We have that team tough where guys will stick up for each other, and I think that's kind of where we're going to get it. I don't think you're going to ask Dalton Prout to go fight the heavyweight of the other team. That's just not his game. I think what we're going to say is everybody, all 5 guys have to get in that scrum, throw some bodies around, maybe a couple face washes, whatever it takes to say, listen, just because we're missing our tough guy doesn't make us a weak team. We're still team tough.
Well, tonight, even though Jared Bowl won't be playing, you have a chance to pick up a Jared Bowl puck. The first 5,000 kids 12 and under will get that tonight here at the game. The Easter Bunny will be here, taking a couple of hours off, and then coming back tonight. There'll be candy stations around the concourse, so please make sure you're where you're supposed to be and not collecting candy.
I can't promise anything.
All right. Well, that's typical. And also tonight, Dispatch Family Value Pack is available. You can find out all about that right here at BlueJackets.com. For Dan Hinote, I'm Bob McElligott, and thanks for watching Jackets TV, presented by Ohio Health.